What up? Welcome to DFS Champs, baby. Week one. I can't wait. Football time. We're here. We're finally here. 24 hours away, baby. 24 hours away. I'm Jared, the Hebrew Hammer. I'm the co-host of DFS Champs, as we said before. This is Damon, my co-host over here. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Great, man. 24 hours, dude. 24 hours. My heart is pounding. It is can't stop. Let's go.
So, yeah, a lot of news coming out. Cooper Kupp definitely missing week one.
Might go on the IR. We don't know.
Yeah, dude, all bad. But it's the NFL. It keeps going. Keeps on going.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, to keep the news going, talk about it, see what we got going, see any sleepers. We want to pinpoint all these spots for all this. We can't wait to check this over, man. We're so excited. We want to win. We want football to start so badly. Let's go, man. What are we doing today, Dame? What do you think we're going through?
Today we're going to go through all the games. DraftKings has a pretty cool feature where you can literally go over all the games, all the players, and, we're going to build a lineup together off that. It's going to be like a show collab lineup. We'll see how it goes. If anyone's in the chat and has ideas, plays, throw them out there, We're going to enter one lineup a week, and the next week we'll come back, see how it did, and fire another one. I'm used to – personally, this is my first year on DraftKings, so I've been on FanDuel the whole time, but we'll see how it goes, and first week started and everything.
Yeah, it should be fun. I've been on DraftKings for a while now, since basically it came out, so I can help us through these little areas here and there, little pinpoint spots, talk through it. Damon just learned about the depth charts and how much expanded this DraftKings area is. I'm trying to tell him to say goodbye to that FanDuel. This is DraftKings. You can look through it all. You can check the lineups, depth charts, positions, anything you want to go through, and it's really open. So you can really check things out here. But, man, I'm excited to go through this DFS 1 week at a time. I just did 4 drafts the last 2 nights. It's exhausting, man. But the great thing about DFS is every single week. This is every week. We can make a new lineup every week, no matter how you draft it. So, you ready to roll, man?
Good, let's do it.
Oh, let me open this up, man. Get the lineups going. All right, you see
DJ
that?
Big Boss, what up?
What's up, dude?
All right, yeah. Let me make it bigger. Okay. Oh, can I see the chat? Show chat? No, not like that. Okay, I'm trying to still working this stuff out. All right. So as you can see, it shows you, up top, once you're in the contest and you're putting your lineup together, it's really easy. I didn't even realize that you could go through and pick them like this. This is going to be interesting to learn. It's going to be interesting to learn. All right, so the contest we picked.
It's really easy.
Yeah, the contest we picked is only the main slate, so it's 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock games. There's no primetime games in this, no Thursday night. There's no Sunday night, no Monday night. So a couple players, if you're looking for them, they won't be there. Let's get it started.
1 o'clock and 4 o'clock for us East Coasters over here.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Trust me. That 1 week in Vegas, watching everything, all the sports in the morning and the mid-afternoon, and having to do your own thing at night, that was a different life right there.
Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine being up till 1 o'clock watching baseball.
You gotta be a lifer for that stuff.
Alrighty, let's see. The first game up is Cincinnati, Cleveland. Is there any players that stand out for you before looking at it?
Well, before we start the game specifically, I want to ask you, when you open up a slate, when you open up all the games, what are you looking for to pin down? What are you looking for to break out and to find some matchups? When you open up and see all the slates, see every single game, every single matchup, over unders, whatever it may be. What's your thing?
I personally don't do enough research. I just like to open it and put pieces together, like a puzzle in my mind. It would be smart to attack the highest total games, of course. You do want to try and correlate players and what you think is going to happen. But of course, weather to me is a huge thing, especially later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that could really kill a lineup if you don't realize there's wind in a game and you've got a receiver. So that's a big thing to look for.
Yeah, one of those snow days.
What about you? What are some things that you look for?
Obviously, one of the first things I look, as we all show, is like looking at the score of the game, like the high scoring games. Where do you think the totals are going to get to? Like, because obviously points mean potential, mean fantasy points, means touchdowns. It means that's all it means at the end of the day. So if we have more points scored, there's more opportunities for that. So I always look for opportunities. That's the biggest thing in this game is opportunities. Opportunities means potential. Potential means points. And and it's nothing greater than that. So that's obviously the first thing I look for. But I don't know about you. I'm big on the stacking market. I like you said, the puzzle pieces that really fit in for me. Finding the puzzle. If I fit in the right pieces, finding the right spots, finding the right bring backs to your stacks. It's a big part of it. Myself, I don't like when you have a 13-game slate or a 10-game slate. I don't like looking at every single game and trying to find players from each game because that can be tough. It's hard to guess 10 different games and be right on 9 or 10, all 10 of them. So I like to myself look at 4 games themselves, see which of these games has the potential to have the highest scoring, have the most back and forth, and the best matchups as well. And that's where I usually try to stick to in my department, in my opinion.
Is there players that you normally target, like players that you fall in love with, I guess, for example, like that you just always look for to start?
It changes from year to year. Usually does. But looking at guys I went through a lot last year, I always loved Ramonde from here and there. I had to get the right matchups with him. But, honestly, not really. It's like I have a few guys like Devontae Adams when his price was right. Like right now, he's at 79. I think last year he was at 9 at the end of the year, 10 or something like that. It's like these numbers can just skyrocket pretty quickly, pretty fast.
Yeah.
So like I'm checking these numbers, checking a lot of the running backs, some of these receiver numbers. Like it's pretty scary what they're at right now, and they're not going to be where they're at in 2 to 3 weeks. Like Mike Williams will probably be at 64, 65. Amari Cooper is not going to be anywhere close to 6 at that soon. Like, yeah, in my opinion, like looking at running back, I saw some guys in the 55 that were like right now, who else is
a lot of options?
Miami? Is there even a running back in Miami who's healthy? Like playing Chargers, who were pretty weak against the run last year. Like
I think Ahmed, not positive, maybe
he might be, but yeah, you might be right. We'll check that out when we go through the matchups.
Well, that's the beauty of going through the matchups. We'll see, and we'll see prices, and if we see guys along the way, we can start plugging them in.
That's what I love about week 1. This is the perfect time to dive right into it, find the right ones. Definitely. It gets harder, but that's why you got to stick to it and find your guys. Like you said, Chubb was my guy last year. I gotta say, he was my guy. I went to him most weeks. I have to say him. Derrick Henry, no matter what the price was, I had to find him in a lot of lineups. Like those were my guys. Who were your guys? Cool.
Last year, I'm not really sure. But I missed Tyreek Hill. I missed Tyreek Hill on the Chiefs. I missed Devontae Adams on the Packers. I don't really have as many as I used to.
That was the most fun stack. That was the most fun puzzle piece to fill. Mahomes, Kelsey, Hill, and then just trying to find the right pieces around that. So it was so tough, but that was so fun.
Definitely.
All right. You want to get to it?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Divisional matchups. I don't know what you think about them, but they're always pretty tough for me to look at. Like
if you watch that click depth chart.
Got you there.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's dope.
I think it's easier to go through like that.
I actually never done it like this either.
That's why I was messing around with it. So this is
Elijah Moore over People Jones. Oof.
No, that's just their depth chart. Well, they actually have it ordered by depth chart and not by price too. This is a great tool right here.
That's awesome.
This is actually really useful and something that since I'm on my phone drafting, I never see any of this. Like I said, I'm just over there with my
No,
kid putting the picks.
It's on your phone too. It's on your phone too. You can find it. You have to press. It's a really small little digit under the same spot, but you can press it and it's there. I've done that before.
Yeah.
So
Maybe some noise.
you got this.
Yeah. So is there anyone from this game that stands out for you?
Like I said, like I said before, like the matchups in the conference rivals. Do you see this game over or under? What do you think?
I don't have a bet on it, but
Neither do I.
I don't have a good read on this one.
That's what I'm
really
trying
don't.
to say. Rivals, in my opinion, usually go under, and because they usually hard fought, they know each other, so it's usually harder for me to pick. And
so we can do it like this too. We can no Burrow, no Watson. Chubb at 8,200 is pretty expensive.
Yeah. He gets to 88. He gets to 89 at the end last year.
Cooper at 5,800 is interesting. All the Browns receivers at price are actually interesting to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like Cooper's not going to be that. Like,
he was
at times, but he'll get to 65 at some point, and that's where he'll stick.
Yeah, Moore and Cooper both are interesting for their price, honestly.
But do we trust Watson to be Watson of old? I mean, 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah. How good does he have to be to provide? I mean, that's a good low like that. 3,800. I mean, you don't know his role. 3,800 is a good building block that helps you get a good player in there. Amari Cooper for 5,800 is pretty crazy at home because he was a different player at home last season.
That's very true. That's very true. He was the home guy, and Peoples-Jones was the road man warrior.
Yep.
So myself, I don't have anything this game. Damon doesn't seem like he has anything from this game, but it's somewhere to look for if you want to find guys. If you need to pinpoint some spots that we can find something from there. We got the let's just call it the Washington game. Dobbs just announced as a starter earlier. So this is got the Howitzer over here, your boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How do you feel about quarterbacks? Do you ever use someone as low as 4,900? Are you ever bargain hunting with quarterbacks?
Time to time. I mean, what if I see the right stack? Like I week 1 last year, I had Zach Wilson. He was like around that price. Sam Darnold, I had a few times at that price when he was starting at turn points, like when he was in Carolina.
Definitely. I'm sure
there's certain stacks. If you see a game going pretty high, if you see the matchups right, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about the matchups and opportunities at this point.
Definitely.
Prices.
No, definitely, dude. Without a doubt.
Like look at Brian Robinson Jr., man, 5,100.
Yeah, that price is insane. That's kind of someone you can put in and really build around also.
Yeah. I think it's due to like draft. They don't really know who on the sites who's going to be getting more run, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that like they've been doing every year. Like, Gibson's the third down back. He's the passing guy. He's a receiver turning into a running back who's kind of becoming a receiver again.
Definitely. So, I mean, no, definitely.
For 5,100, if you try and find a building block running back and maybe even pair with a defense as a stack, it's a pretty cheap one at it too. What do you think about the chalk?
So I got a rule of thumb. If a player gets shot in the leg and comes back after missing like 4 games, I want him next season. I want him every week because he's going to get more work. He came back after getting shot.
I drafted him like 3 times. I need this guy.
He got shot.
I know.
He didn't.
Comes back strong.
He got shot. Oh, dude, he might want to come back. No, I guess that'd be last year. Yeah. So, I mean,
you already got your comeback player of the year.
He's going to be hungry. He's going to be healthy. I mean, that's easy. I mean, he'll be interesting to put in. What do you mean?
You think you chalk on this guy? What you think? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't really that too much, to be honest.
No.
Not when there's this many options and this many combinations. No. I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's true. It's 13 games on the slate. Not many times it's gonna be 13 games played at one point like this.
Yeah,
obviously bye weeks.
Week 1, I'm not as worried about it personally. I know these contests may be different. I'm used to single entry contests personally, so these multi-person contests can definitely be different.
Oh yeah, 100 was like 150 lineups you can make in this, so you can just throw all different stacks all over. And you could just all you could do is throw into a little ultimate. What's it called? Not optimizer, and then you can just. It's a thing too. You can do. You do all that. You put the optimizer, say which kind of players, percentage you want, and if that's the way you want to roll. I mean,
you want to throw Robinson in there? Should be good for game script.
He's a guy we can look back at. I mean, we're gonna look through each of the games, so we should probably before we choose on people. But he's a guy. He's a guy we can pinpoint if you're cool with that. I mean, this is a team effort here.
Oh, we'll just go back.
We got both agree to it.
Yeah, we'll go back after.
Anyone else? What do you think about this?
I don't really know much about Washington's passing game, to be honest. I feel like it'll be moved around. Dotson at that price is pretty good, but at the same time, if you're worried about chalk, he's going to be super chalk, it looks like.
First second, yeah, it's tough. I mean, Brian Pringle's on here now. He's my boy for showdowns. He was my showdown boy.
He's not getting the ball.
No, of course he's not. But I'm just saying, when he was on the Chiefs, every single primetime game, that guy is getting the ball. That guy is getting a touchdown. That was on that. But yeah,
Robinson and Dotson, whatever, would be my only looks.
Yeah, I like Dotson too. All right, new team, New Orleans here. You were pretty. I don't know if you're big on tight ends, but you think they could be okay this year. I'm not in the same. I don't agree with you. That's okay. We could go through on those levels.
On what?
You think Titans will be good this year, or what do you think? No?
Which Titans?
I thought you said that before. No, Titans. You think they'll be decent?
Oh, Titans. Yeah.
You mentioned that before, that they'll be good.
I mean, I think they're going to be better than people write them off. Yeah, look at you can look at their depth chart right here. They're not terrible.
I wrote them off. They're not terrible. No. I think 500, something like that. But that's not what, like, a lot of people are telling me, like, the same Titans are going to win 9-10 games. I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm not. The narrative on them is pretty negative. We shall see.
We'll see. Another year. I mean, I love Derek, but another year of just they got that. Tannehill needs to take more hits. He needs to take more, and him and see if I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is the same guy anymore.
I think he'll be fine.
We'll see. I mean, I think my opinion, I think he lost a step or two. I think he's a little older, had some injuries. He's not as fast anymore. He never was.
Put him in, plug him in.
You know what? All my boys back home are saying right now. I know my friend right now is thinking this. If he's watching, I know he's thinking. He's like, that guy's already in my lineup, because every time I say no on someone, every time that guy goes off. Every single time, man. Every time. So throw him in.
Throw it right in. No, with the Saints, it's a terrible matchup. This game is unless you're using Saints. I mean, this game's kind of an avoid.
Yeah. I agree.
I'll look to use Titans other games for sure. Just this game, unless Chiggy, the Titans tight end, is good. But there's other tight end options this week, I think, that you can use. Personally, Titans or the wide receivers, you can throw Olave in there. I don't know how Thomas will be for 5,100, but Olave will get work for 65. Titans defense is not very good.
No. But yeah, I don't have a read on this one either. This one is another one I don't think is going to be as high scoring, where it's going to be crazy.
I think it's more likely to be low scoring. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Sure. Low scoring, or like you said, Tennessee defenses. Who knows? I mean, that's not one of the games I pinpoint myself. We have certain guys we go through, but we haven't gone through our stack lineups yet. Obviously, we haven't found them yet. All right. Texans, Ravens. What's the win-loss on Texans this year? I don't even know.
It's got to be like 5.5, 6.5. One of those two.
Ooh. Take that real fast. We can just do this. I said NFL, not baseball. Maybe I did. Fuck's that. There we go. We say squared. All right, we're cool. We just want to find. Let's figure what's Texans. That's something. What do you think about them this year? 5.5? You think they can go over that? I don't know, people. I actually like them. I think they made a lot of moves. They got a lot of deep. They added a lot of defensive players. They added some pieces here and there. I don't know how the quarterback's going to go. I don't trust that as much, but 6 wins, it's possible.
It is. The schedule is not terribly difficult for them. With D'Amico Ryans as their head coach, I think they're going to bring a different culture, and I think they're going to play tough. I think they're going to play physical. We'll see how CJ Stroud is. I don't know a lot about him personally, but we'll see how it goes. That's going to be more of a week-to-week situation.
Second year of this guy. Second year player. See how much he developed. I think maybe if like you said, they're going to be a defensive team. CJ Stroud, they don't have to rely on him to do that much. Obviously, let him develop, let him slowly build himself in, and they have Dameon Pierce to go through. They also brought in Devin Singletary from the Bills last year, and he can help him out in that department too, and they can just lessen the load off the quarterback so he can learn. They brought in Robert Woods, who looked pretty poor last year, but who wouldn't look poor with Malik Willis throwing the ball to him. Come on, man. So we'll see if he's actually slow down.
Yeah. There's a lot to see. Definitely. Is there anyone you like from this game?
It's tough to pick Ravens at this point. I want to see what we have from the Houston defense. I mean, if someone wants to build a lineup around Lamar and like the tight end Andrews or something, I wouldn't be against that. It's not my favorite look of the week. I think for 8K, it's a little bit much at this point to go 8K and 62. Especially he's healthy. He looks like he'll be full and playing and all that. So that's okay. But throwing a lot of money at that point towards 2 players, not my favorite. I have to find the right matchup to do that. What do you think?
Yeah, plus Andrews is banged up. I agree. He can stay away from this one.
Yeah, who knows with OBJ at this point? I want to see a week or two of him. I drafted him a couple times because who knows? Lamar did want him there, and that means something if a quarterback wants you there.
No, definitely. It's good to be wanted. That's without a doubt.
I like this game. Not sure what exactly, but I like this game. I like the Steelers. I missed out on the price for them. I missed out on the right price, but I do like them a lot. I'm looking at some props for this weekend on this team. I like the receiver. I like George Pickens a lot. I think second-year development with his quarterback Pickett. I think people talking down about Kenny Pickett. I think I can see something from him. I think he runs a little bit. I think he has an arm, and he's not afraid.
Yeah, he can definitely be a leader. Pickens is a first or second year off an ACL injury. He should have another step or two. It'll be more explosive for sure. I don't know. I have to see something from them. They were so inconsistent last year. They were so inconsistent. The Niners are still a unit. I kind of feel like the Niners roll in this one.
Pickens scores a touchdown this game. He's going up to 58 at least next week, maybe 6. That's why I say those things. That's why these are the right spots to pinpoint. Like if you like someone that's why I want to look at these because it's the right spot for me at least. I think I'm not the biggest fan of San Fran. Sorry if I cut you off. My bad.
No, you're good.
Just went on that roll for a second. Steelers. I'm on that Steelers Nation roll right now. I think they're going to make the playoffs. If we talk about futures at all, that's a big future for mine. I think they're making the playoffs. I think they might. Not sure what else I have on there. I don't think I have division. I don't have division, so I'm not going to say that. But I definitely think they're making the playoffs. So I'm high on them this year. I'm going to have those guys in stacks quite a bit if I find the right matchup. So that's one I'll look into. Doesn't have to be our stack for this lineup, but just talking about what I'm on the stacks.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have the potential. They have a lot of young talent. They got a lot of young talent.
Why do you think Debo's 55?
Like I said, I'm new, so I don't know.
This is not right.
I'm new to DraftKings.
That just means
Ayuk at 49. I don't think it's more a touchdown thing though. With 1 point PPR, you don't need to score a touchdown necessarily.
It's all about touchdowns. The moment someone scores a touchdown in DraftKings, they raise the price
If
right up.
Kittle's banged up,
Every
I
single year.
actually
Every
really
single year.
like Debo.
Yeah, I think so too.
Kittle's banged up.
Why do you think? What do you think they'll do more with them?
I don't know. That's just been a thing. When Kittle's out, Debo does better. It's just a thing. And when Debo's out,
Oh.
Kittle does better. It's been a formula.
Well, makes sense. Makes sense. 2 stars, one's out, one's like leaned on heavier. Doesn't really affect Ayuk really. He's usually used the same regardless of what I've seen. But yeah, Debo. Usually in DraftKings, I know that's why you're not familiar, but in DraftKings, what they usually do is when someone scores and when they're consistently scoring, like a touchdown, or they raise their price right up, and they don't drop it unless they don't score for like a month. And they keep scoring week after week. That price goes from 55 to like 7K by in a couple weeks. He's been 7K for like most of the season last year. 6K, 7K.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Excuse me. All right. These are your boys last year, the Jags.
Oh yeah, this game's kind of an avoid for me. I don't really have a great read on this one. It's tough. These teams always play each other in such ugly games. Ugly games. Deion Jackson, 4,100.
He'll get past
Everyone's going to use him. We'll see if Zach Moss is active.
He's too expensive, in my opinion. I was looking at him a lot. I thought he was like 64 or 65. I don't know why he's 16. I don't know why I thought that. Like, if he was like 64 or 65, I think he's a get. But he's like 7K. That's expensive for a game that they might not play the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's here now. I love this guy when he was on the Browns. He helped me get the playoffs a couple years ago.
Ridley's price, Kirk's price might be usable because secondary's really bad.
I do have a stack with these guys though. That's one thing I do have. That's why I don't like him as much, but the price. But put Lawrence together with these two guys, or not. I don't even have to. And
we can run Lawrence and Ridley. I don't mind. Lawrence, Ridley, Ingram.
We can go back to things, man. Yeah, we both agree. Cool, but I like. But that's one of my lineups I made him for my stacks. I love the. I'm still deciding Trevor Lawrence, Ridley, Kirk, or Lawrence, Ridley, and Ingram. Which one would you choose if you had to pick?
It's just preference. Probably the 2 receivers.
Oh shit! I lose everything. Yeah, makes sense. I'll do that. All right, that's good. Let's go on. I think we're close to the 4 o'clock slate now. No, look, a few more. Now
we're getting there.
We talked on the side, man. You're big on this game. You think this game is going over?
Yeah, I do. 2 bad defenses, 2 loaded players on offense. Vikings at home. I just think that points will be scored in this one. We'll see how it goes. I don't mind paying up for Jefferson. I know he's 8,800. Rashad White's not bad. Godwin's not bad. I like all of them, to be honest. Madison, maybe, but I'm not using him. It's just loaded. Hawkinson, but he's banged up. I don't know if I'm using him. It's just a game that's loaded, in my opinion. KJ Osborne's really cheap. There's explosion potential. Obviously, Jefferson has it too, but somebody can explode.
So you think they're taking a step back? Okay. I know about the Minnesota Vikings poor defense. So Tampa Bay lost a bunch of guys. It seems like maybe I thought maybe they'll be on the defense and have a lot of slow scoring. They
just get burnt. I don't know why. They just get burnt. They didn't really lose anyone. They're just
they were injured last year too.
Yeah.
They had like 3 corners that were all out at the same time, like for most of the year. It's pretty tough to get a 4th and 5th stringer starting for you. We're finding guys off the street. Like if they're all back and healthy, like that's the one reason I might my lineups. I'm a little staying away from this game because I'm in disagreement with you. I think actually this game goes under. I don't trust Baker one bit. I mean, if they're going to run the ball all game, let's see what Rashad White does. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big Baker fan. I saw him with the Rams at the end of last year. I mean, he had he had that one great comeback, one great win. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong for sure.
No.
Week one is so up in the air. There's so much up and down.
Jefferson can get 170, 200, 2 touchdowns like that, man. Like, it is
that's
what
why
it
I
is.
don't
Like,
mind paying up 8,800 for him. To be
right?
honest.
Yeah, it can happen. Exactly. You never know. So that what you feel, it's not your value. I have absolutely no read on this game, one bit. Falcons, Panthers, I don't know. Me myself, I mean, you got Bijan Robinson, his first game as a rookie. People are excited to see that. One of the top guys. I don't know.
Matt Collins at 3,900. If you
Collins.
need a really cheap wide receiver, but yeah, there's not much to say about this game. It could be ugly.
Then you got Ritter throwing him. Is he really going to be much? Like exactly. You got to every time you pick a receiver, you got to trust the quarterback throwing to him. I go back to my fantasy days and back years ago. I drafted DeAndre Hopkins in the first round, and it's the one year he did shit. The one year he's bad. You know why? Fucking Brock Osweiler. That's why.
Yeah. Brock Osweiler will do that to you. Definitely.
Quarterbacks. It means everything to these guys. Philadelphia, New England. You got the Hurts action here. What is it? I saw this new commercial, the fucking Jalen Hurts Hulu show fucking thing. Like, now it's going to be on everywhere. It's like the Jalen.
He's going to start sleeping in the stadium.
Hulu has live sports as his new name. Like, I'm done with that shit. I've seen it like 5 times on TV last night. He's already tired me. As you see, I'm a Giant fan, so I mean, there's a lot that can anger me right now.
Yeah. But, is there anyone you like from this game?
I gotta see what I see from Mac Jones. I mean, the Eagles they just keep adding. I think they can run over the Patriots, or it could be a pretty close one at this point. Like this one, I don't know about Mac Jones. It's all up to the Patriots defense if they can hold Philly at all. I just don't trust the Patriots to score much on Philadelphia. So it's either, in my opinion, it's either Philadelphia blows them out, or it's a pretty tight, low-scoring game. They added DeAndre Swift, but once again, he's in a timeshare with Penny, Gainwell, and everyone else in the boat. Like, in my opinion, I never trust Philadelphia running backs. I can't trust them. You never know who's going to get the ball at one point. Like, they play roulette with that shit.
Yeah.
What do you think, man? What do you have to read on this?
Their receivers are too expensive for this one. You know, the Patriots are going to run a system with Belichick that's going to slow them down.
Right.
They're really, until you see how the backfield's split up, if you want to throw a dart and get one, but not, prices are just off for this game. Vegas expects a low-scoring game based off the Patriots being -4 only. They want the money on the Eagles, and I was a sucker. I bet it. So
I saw that. That's why I was asking about it. I like for a prop. I do like Devontae Smith to score a touchdown this game. I think he can return one, get by someone. I think the Patriots do have some weakness on the defense when it comes to speed, so I think they have a little bit of an advantage there with Smith. So he's someone I might put in a lineup or two of my own at some point, but yeah, I'm not focusing on this game either because, like you said, low scoring game. Who knows either way what's happening with it. Russell Wilson, babe. We cooking this week? What are we cooking?
Let's see. There is value in this game for sure.
Absolutely.
It just depends on where you want to fire for it.
I wouldn't go with Javonte Williams. I don't know what what his share is going to be, touches and such. Like, first game back, they're talking about maybe not. I mean, they just got in Samaji. I can't even say his fucking last name. Ryan. So, I mean, he'll be splitting. I think he's going to be splitting for the time until Williams is eventually healthy and takes it over. I heard they want to make it turn into like a little Kamara action, like start throwing the ball a lot to him, do those kind of little actions. But I don't know about for this week.
Yeah, this week's tough. Honestly, I'm not going to touch it. Usually when games are in Denver, I avoid them.
I know. I
In
love
Denver
Devontae this year.
when there's
He's my
better
man.
options.
I drafted Devontae in like half my leagues and a couple and like one or two of the best balls, and I think he's gonna be a stud this year. Maybe I might even I might even do most receiving yards with him this year as a future. I'm not sure. Still debating that, but yeah, this week I would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. 7,900 in Denver, it's not worth it.
No.
Anywhere else, I'm hitting that. Anywhere else, I'm hitting that right away. Most places. I love this game.
Yeah, this is the game that I think most people are going to target for sure.
It'll be chalked as hell, I think. So
if you get the right combo, it's not bad. If you can mix Mostert and Everett,
yes,
it gives you chances to really stack it. We can stack this game if you want to.
we can do that. Like, well, we can stack it. We can do multiple stacks. We can do whatever. Yeah, because Mostert's cheap enough where we can do that. He's 54. That's really for a guy who's gonna, I think, get the. Oh yeah, let's look at this. Salvin. I'm on the Denver still. Oh, it's not letting me.
No, Odd Chain's the one who's going to get touches.
It's true. It's true. He's gonna get some touches. I heard he's gonna get some here and there because they want to keep him healthy. He's like 5'8" or 5'7", I think. Let me go back. I can actually press the button here. I think he's pretty. What was I reading? Well, it's not. I didn't see it here, but somewhere. He's like someone who's like so small, and he's like if he actually plays it down, he would like just making a record. He's like the smallest guy to play since I forgot who it was, but like 15, 20 years, whatever it was. Like he's like a small ass dude. Which doesn't mean anything. He can be a stud. I mean, I think he built himself up to 190, so he's starting to get strength on him, so he can actually get through the things. But for 4,900, if he becomes a stud at that price, he won't be there much longer.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard to pinpoint when a rookie's going to start having a good game. We really don't know what his role is going to be.
Not one bit. And then there's Ahmed, but I think he was hurt too, wasn't he?
Last year.
Yeah, I feel like most is going to get at least 20 carries this week. They're just going to try to throw it with him.
Yeah.
So who else do you like from this game? We said Mostert. Did you say Everett?
All the receivers. Yeah, Everett. Well, that just allows you to put money with the other people.
Palmer's 4K.
Yeah, but I'm not using.
He's a third receiver.
Not when Ayuk's 4,900. You can use.
I wouldn't, but it shouldn't be 4. I mean, that's why everyone's mispriced. Like Mike Williams should be 6 something. Keenan's priced well. He's pretty high actually. I think should be. I think he should lose a few points, and Mike Williams should be gaining a few at this level.
I really like Keenan Allen this year. We'll see.
Me too.
We'll see. I like him a lot for this week. The Dolphins secondary is actually pretty banged up.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Actually, I don't mind using one of each receivers.
I've done that. I have a stack of Herbert, Keenan, and Mike Williams. Exactly. And I brought it back. I'm not sure if I want to bring it back with Mostert or not because I feel like one team step. I gotta make sure. Do I really believe Miami's gonna stay with them? That's my point. I don't think they will. So, yeah, I think that's my stack. I have to check back on it. What the fuck am I doing? That's easier.
Oh, the Peterman.
Nathan Peterman, man, let's go. Let's get some interceptions going.
I think he got cut though.
I was gonna put him in a lineup, dude. You never know.
There's so many injuries for. I wouldn't use it. Another division game. I don't know much about. I would avoid this game with the better games on the slate personally.
Okay.
I don't really have. This is a game I really don't have much on at all. I have to see how it plays out.
Got you there. I have a few Aaron Jones here and there. I actually like him a bit this week, any week. I mean, I think we'll see. With all the injuries to the receivers, There's really no one to throw it to. I feel like they're going to lean on the back of these two guys. And when that happens, Aaron Jones gets 8-10 targets. I know I was with a different quarterback altogether, but it's the same scheme. Or maybe it's not the same scheme, but the same coaches. So who the hell knows? Who else are they going to throw it to? Oh, they got this guy.
Yeah, rookie tight ends, though. Tough. I like him for his price. That's actually someone I do like in this game.
Well, I didn't. I was actually joking, but I didn't see the price, man. Wolf, 29. Yeah, that's a good price. You could throw that. You could just throw him right in there. It's like a cheap defense. Mm-hmm. Gets you 7-8 points, and you're good at that point. 9-10 points, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All we want to do is 3x.
Wow.
Well, you want to do more than 3x, but of course you are. But this guy is trying 3x. He's got at least.
Do you use that? Oh, you're trying to 3x their score.
Yeah.
Right, well,
3x everyone's score.
I'm very confused.
That's my minimum. That's what I want a minimum of, in my opinion, for what I look at. If I 3x someone's score, I see him at 20. Let's just say 3 to make it easy. If he gets 9, in my opinion, I'm not happy with that. I'd like him to get 15, but I'm okay with that. He didn't dud for me.
Gotcha.
That's what I think.
I got you.
I'm not happy with it, but it's
no. Okay. That took me a minute. My brain was like click, 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 click. Took a minute there. We got there.
You're good. It's all that matters, the finish line. But yeah, I gotta see how this game plays out too. I like myself, Aaron Jones, for that. What I said before. I don't know. I want to see about these guys. I drafted Fields. I like Fields overall this year. He's like a running back, so why the hell not? And I'm excited to see Mooney's at 2. I mean, I want to see him as someone who's not being number one, consistently getting the best corners and everyone targeting and looking at. So I like to see what he does this year more as a 1. I've drafted some years past. We'll see. Oh, I went to that one already. I have nothing. I have not much on this game. I mean,
I like Akers. I like Akers is good. He's going to get dosed. Higbee is good with Stafford. I think that the Seahawks players are actually going to have good games. Metcalf, Lockett.
I like Lockett.
I actually think this game's going to be decent scoring. It's not going to be like in the past.
I know. Yeah, usually they're 9-12 and things like that. I don't know about the running backs here.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch the running back. Yeah, I wouldn't touch the running back situation there, but Akers, Higbee, Metcalf. They'll be low rated too.
I think it's a little
How much is Lockett?
67. That's just a little much, I think, for him.
Oh,
I
think
if it was 62 to 64, I would have taken it easily, but 67 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's all of them, man. We looked at every single game.
Yep.
Oh, we can't even talk about my Giants.
We can recap it next week.
Yeah, I know. We can recap the Giants win. No,
I don't know.
I know.
I'm sad. It's starting to look like
what?
That they're not gonna win, but I thought they were, and
who the hell knows?
Vegas is just begging for that. That was the scariest thing last year, and they're just begging for people to bet the Giants, and I fell for that one too.
I mean, yeah, I'm not confident.
I mean, don't get me wrong; they still got to play, but I do think that
I'm not confident. I'm not confident. Honestly, myself, it's a tough one. How often do they beat the Cowboys, and how often do they beat in Week 1, and how often are they're at home or away? I can't remember.
I think
are they in Dallas?
They're at home. No, they're in New York.
No, well, that helps. That helps a touch, but still, we never beat the freaking Cowboys, so I confidence is not high for it. But it is what it is. I mean, I think if it's like the Titans of last year, when they beat the Titans in Week 2, no one expected that. Okay, no one thought that was going to happen. So when that happened, that built their momentum for the rest of the year. And the people saying that they're going to take a step back and regress because why? Why are they going to regress? I mean, this is you're going to give me my moment as my Giants fan to spill my beans.
Let's hear it.
Why? Why are they going to regress, man? what's the reason? Like, I get Waller. Okay, brought him in. He's a little bit older. He's a little bit banged up here and there. He might not be the same player he once was. I get that. But he's another guy the Giants are going to have. They brought in a few receivers and not studs. I get that. But they brought in receivers who are capable of catching the football. I almost said baseball. Wow. So like that's he had no one last year to give the ball to. Saquon had to touch the ball 30 times a game. By week 10, he was fatigued. He was done. He was burnt out and out. So now they didn't have Saquon. They had no receivers, and they had just Daniel Jones in the defense. What the fuck are we going to do there? They got receivers. Saquon doesn't have to touch the ball 30 times a game. Doesn't have to burn out. He can explode here and there and do his thing. The defense got better. They got the corners back to stop fucking doing what they did in Miami or whatever he did to hurt his fucking hand, or Puerto Rico or somewhere. They didn't lose players. They only gained players. They didn't, and they have a fucking coach of the year who's not a dud. Look what he did with the Bills, and look what they did last year without him. Like, what is the reason people think that they're going to regress other than the Giants and they're New York? There's no other reason that I see, and that's coming from Giants. I get that, but that's unbiased. I'm just giving facts out here right now to people. Not to you specifically, just to the world, because I've seen it everywhere, and that's just like, why? Just give us a real reason why they're going to regress, and that's my soapbox.
I guess they we'll see. I mean, they're a team that is primed for regression potential. They, just like the Vikings, they kind of maximize their wins in close spots, and they had a lot of luck in the fourth quarter. So,
I mean, you gotta have luck sometimes.
Yeah, but that's where in the NFL stuff moves.
They've had defense. Everyone knew Minnesota didn't play defense. They had no defense. The Giants have defense. They relied on the defense in ways. They have great coaching, and they have a great squad who have a great scheme. It's not like a team who's going to give up a lot of points and score everything all game. Like that, it's a different situation, in my opinion, and they can scheme towards those. You're more likely to be lucky and win a lot of games when you're in close games at the end of the game playing great defense, and it's more likely to be in those positions. Can't say a lot of teams can be in those positions to get that lucky that often too. So,
what position do you usually?
Well, I'll see a second. What position do I what? What position do I what?
What positions do you usually start with when you're building your team?
Well, like I usually do what we do right this time. I go through each game. I look. Well, before I don't even do that. I just go through the list and look through each guy of who I like or who I don't like, and just keep in the back of my mind of like a few guys here and there. Okay, I like that guy. I like this guy. I like Keenan Allen versus Miami. Like I like Waddle going back with him. I'm just saying. But then I go to the quarterbacks and I see the prices of each one and I see what I think and I look at the matchups and I usually press the quarterback first. I always start with a stack. I'll start with my quarterback. I'll start with my receiver or two. I'll go to my bring back, and then I'll roll from there and find a second stack if I want to, or find the value guys. What about you?
Like I said, I just go randomly from feel. Like I put together multiple lineups. So if I'm just doing just one, I it's not a very exact science. I probably should do it better.
We're all different.
Kind of go in the moment. Who do you want to start with?
We're all different. Our brains
I keep trying to click the screen. I keep trying to click QB and running back, and I'm sitting here like,
oh man. All right, so like,
do this.
I know we're different. You're the guy. You just run around and just fucking pick guys that were here and there out of a hat. No, I'm not a hat. Just this is his hat.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm definitely that puzzle piece guy where I look at the stacks and just build it that way myself. How do you want to run it? What do you want to do? How do you want to run the Millie? I can
start however, and I'll fill it in. You start however you want, and I'll fill it in.
Well, okay. What's the game we want to focus on? What's our first stack?
You pick a stack, and then I'll fill it in from there.
Fuck.
How's that sound?
All the pressure
and
on me. We got Herbert.
I can start it, and then you Trevor. Can fill in if you want.
I don't want the Millie stack on Trevor because like we said about Etienne before, like they might blow them out by so much. Like in my opinion, that
they're not going to take them out though. They have a game to work on. This isn't week 12, week 13. They got a game to work on. Offenses are usually behind. They have a lot to work on.
That's true. Okay, so we'll keep them in and just score. So that's a good team to bounce on, especially if you think that actually chalk doesn't matter week 1 in my point, our opinion. So
I think between him, Herbert, and Cousins.
That's your guy, yeah. You can do Yeah, let's do any of those.
Between Lawrence, Cousins, and Herbert.
With the Lawrence one, I don't know about you. I don't really see anyone from Indianapolis to really bring back and find for that coverage. I'm still cool with doing Trevor Lawrence and his two guys, but then we can just run somewhere else and do other things. Herbert, we could do a full stack.
Yeah, I'm not worried about doing a bring back.
I know. Our minds work differently. I always think about bring backs. But we don't have to do. I have more than enough lineups of my own that I have my bring backs in, so that's not something I'm itching to do. So we're cool either way. So, I mean, if it's up to both of us, I'm not the biggest fan of Cousins, so I guess if we want to scratch that, we'll just go through Herbert or Lawrence.
Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good.
Try it. If they have some kinks to work out and they want to stay in the full game, that might be a good option. A little cheaper price, cheaper guys, and we can go somewhere else. We have more room. We have more room to look at other places, to other things.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool with it?
Yeah.
All right. Where are we? They're on this side. So what's the stack? We doing Ridley and Kirk, like you said?
I don't like doing a wide receiver one with a tight end one. I just have bad luck with it. But I guess the two receivers could be bad too, but I don't mind it this week. I think their secondary is really bad.
It's all about opportunities, yeah. If we think the targets are coming, that's what matters. All right, so we got a quarterback, we got our two receivers, Lawrence, Ridley, Kirk. What else are we looking at here? Want to go to the running back next? Do you want to go to see about a game to see where we stay? I know you don't.
I like Jefferson. We'll have money for Jefferson. If you put Jefferson in, and we can use Mostert.
Well, yeah, Mostert we can do. That's the guy right there. I think we can also.
That'll save money.
I think there's some receivers that can save money too.
There's plenty of receivers for flex.
Oh, of course. I know you're not stacking. I'm always thinking stacking. There's Mostert. Do you want to look at defense, tight ends?
Where are we at on money though? Remaining 4,300 a player.
But that's defense and tight end included. So we can go cheap there, and we can actually bring up the price if we wanted to. So do you want to look at tight end?
Musgrave at 29.
2,900 was fucking gravy.
Yep.
But as you see, like the price of these guys are it's not expensive. But it doesn't bring it down as much.
Yeah, but 29 is a big difference.
37 for this guy. You could do everything or nothing.
Yeah.
Get you 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. You can get you 3 yards. Already brings us to 47, 66. So then we go to a defense. And do you like anyone here?
I mean, also, Washington is the obvious one, but
I was literally just thinking
we're trying to go cheap, right?
Well, in my opinion, what I usually do with defense is like when I pick it, I know stack again, but like if a team is gonna play really well defensively, like and keep a team down and everything like that, I feel like the running back is correlated really well with that. Like I feel like if they do that, the running back usually gets more run and more touches, and everything like that, an opportunity. Do you see that?
That makes sense. It's not consciously, maybe subconsciously, but no, that does make sense.
Oh, nice.
It does.
So if we wanted to go,
we can run Brian Robinson and Commanders.
He was 5,100, so that brings us. So we're gonna have like 6K or something to deal with at this point.
That's actually really good. Yeah, Robinson's down a little bit.
Oh wow, there it is. 64. Look at that right there.
Good call. And then you can use got some options right there.
If you wanted to bring it back for, I'm not a fan of Evans myself. I don't know. He's fucked me every fucking year. Every year he always fucks me.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy.
But like I'm just saying that as a fucked up thing. Like it is like I think he's a great player. I think it is what it is. But like, I don't know. Who knows the new quarterback? But there's guys here. There's Aaron Jones that people like, the running back at this list. But like you said, who knows with the rivalry? I like him personally, but we're not going to put him in this lineup because
DJ Moore.
You don't agree with it. DJ Moore is a guy you can put in this as well. What's up, Razor Sharp Picks? Cam Akers, you're a fan
Razor.
of.
What's up, brother?
Razor.
Hope you had a good birthday.
Happy birthday. You're not a fan of Kenneth. I think you can go better than that.
Not till I know more about it. The situation.
Yeah.
No. But
There's
probably use
Godwin's
Godwin.
option, which stacks well with our boy Jefferson.
Yeah, Godwin.
Yeah.
Godwin's better than Evans.
Oh, definitely. And I think you like him better than Aaron Jones, so that works.
I do for 1 point PPR right now.
Oh, definitely.
And I also don't want 2 Packers.
Yeah. We have Musgrave. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, Razor and his Packers. Packers.
So we just throw all Packers. Oh yeah, I'm not opposed to fucking throwing a love lineup in there for some people.
I had one.
I'm gonna stack one.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna fully stack the game both ways. Probably. I know you think it's lower scoring. I actually think this might be higher. I mean,
it could it could be. I have no idea. The Bears' defense did get better, and the Packers' weapons are kind of banged up.
Yeah, I think that as well. I mean, I think who knows? I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But I like stacking both those games. I think it's the value is definitely on Love at 5K. Like 15 for a quarterback is average, easy. Like at that point, you can just walk out of bed to get 15 points in fantasy. So I mean, at this point, that's a pretty good pick to pair him. In my opinion, my scheme looks like I think Jacobs gets 5, 6, 8 targets, especially not Jacobs. Why am I saying Jacobs all the time? Aaron Jones. Especially the receivers.
Jacobs.
Yeah.
Jacobs.
Another guy that fucked me one year.
Jones.
But yeah. I think the receivers are all banged up. No one's playing for the Packers that level. They need someone to throw to. I know it's not, like we said, Aaron Rodgers, but in the past it's usually been Aaron Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that there's so many question marks around him. We'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Looks good to me. How do you feel about it?
I like it. No, I really like this. I have a bunch of these players in other lineups. Ridley, like I said, I have a stack of that already. Mostert was not a guy I really thought about, but just walking through this right here, just you and I, just like that was a clear one. Who else is run? Who else? I don't know. They might have a rookie. Who knows? Robinson we talked about in the past. Jefferson's an every week kind of guy, especially at that price, because in a couple weeks he's gonna be 95 or close to 10K.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there just because if he explodes, I'll just start doing the gritty.
Yeah, he might.
Worse gritty than Mac Jones, but I'll do it. When I win a milli, I'll do it. I'll gritty for everyone. I'll do the stanky leg. I'll do the gritty. I'll do the sprinkler. I'll do the running man. Come on, robot. Yeah, you name it, I'll do it.
All these white man moves. Let's go.
What? No.
Let's go.
No. Culture.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
Sorry.
I can't fucking dance. I don't care. I'm gonna let you do it for me.
All right. Let's run it. Save it. I wrote it down to keep track.
Is it saved? Is it saved?
Yeah, it is. Should be now.
Should be.
Yeah.
Still here.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
get back out.
Let me get out of the screen shit. Well, you wrote the guys down, I guess. You wrote the laps, or why? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So just in case we have it. Plus, we can remember that. No. Back out, you must. Back out, he says. Back out, he says. That's cool. Why the fuck am I annoying? That's my name. That's there it is. Don't wear it out. The fuck.
You can put it back in later, brother.
Yeah, we're good. I was trying.
I do gotta take off. My little one's getting restless out there.
Oh shit! We didn't even. Let's see what else. Let's try to wrap it up. Then we'll try to wrap it up. What else is there? Oh, you want to talk quickly about tomorrow?
Yes, Thursday night.
We're so close to tomorrow's game. We didn't even talk about this at all, man. Tomorrow, we got games going on tomorrow.
I know.
I'm trying to get you on my full screen here because I have my double screens going on. So I had you on this one over here. So I want to get you here. There we go. No more screen share, so we're good there.
What are a few things? Yeah, so I'm gonna give a couple plays for Thursday nights. I'll keep track of them. We'll come back at the end of the week, or we'll come back next week, see how they do. I plan on doing 3 plays a week and just have fun with it and see how they do. Jared's gonna give plays too. He'll track his plays, and We're just going to focus on Thursday night because stuff moves, lines move, yards move, injuries. This way we can kind of control it and give information about tomorrow's game. What do you like for tomorrow?
First off, where can we find your picks at?
My Twitter is my name, Damon Sanswer. Pretty easy. Not many of me. Pretty unique name.
Like I said, mine's at the Hebrew Hammer 180. That's about it right there. You can find me there. I'm pretty much always active on Twitter. I tweet out picks. I did all that last year. I track it with the bet stamp, put everything on the Twitter and everything like that. So everything's fully organized and looks clean and nice. And I don't have to text and type it 20 million times. So I did that all a bunch last year. So I'm gonna keep doing that this year as well. Posted Saturday nights, Sunday mornings before games. I'm not gonna I'm gonna do a Thursday night football as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do 3, 2, whatever it may be. But we'll keep track of our own numbers, so we each have our own records. It's not a competition between each other, but we're gonna have our own records and own situations with those picks. I'm a big prop guy myself for Sundays. So I might have anywhere between 5 to 10 props of anytime touchdowns, over, under, yards, and such, like in a week. So that's my bread and butter. So Sweet. I'll be active there on Sundays. So you guys can find me at Hebrew Hammer 180. I'll be on that. But before we go, we're wrapping this up. I know you got your kid to go to. What you like tomorrow?
Okay, so my 3 things I really like for tomorrow. Before I got the time before the Kelsey news, but I still like it at the number it's at. Detroit first half money line. I think they're going to come out hot, and I think KC will come back at the end of the game. Whatever number it's at for show, I'll still take it. I think it's probably down to like 140 right now. I do think they'll come out hot, and I think Mahomes is going to come back at the end. This is a big game for Detroit. They finished their last game last year on national television. They beat the Packers to keep the Packers out of the playoffs, so they are tested. It's not going to be too much for them, and I think Dan Campbell's going to have them ready to go. Mahomes and his magic's hard to go against in the second half, but the Lions, I think, are really going to come out in the first half swinging. So first half money line there. A lot of teams, another one, I have all 3 of my bets are Detroit centered. So,
me too.
But Detroit longest touchdown at plus 120. I think that their offense is actually built for longer touchdowns. I don't think the Chiefs really explode down the field anymore. They do get chunk plays, but they don't. For the price, I like that one at plus 120. The Chiefs side was not even lookable. And my last look is my favorite one is David Montgomery over 12.5 receiving yards. When I like to play this much, it's not a good thing, but I haven't liked to play this much in forever. A note just came out that they aren't planning using Gibbs as much today. Even when Gibbs is in, he's going to slot. Montgomery's going to get touches. He's going to get screens. If David Johnson, oh my God, if Chris Jones is out, if Chris Jones is out, which he still hasn't signed, it matters. He doesn't have to block. He's going to get looks. If he gets 3 or 4 catches, I think he blows over this number. They do throw to their running backs. He isn't Jamal Williams. And I got it at minus 115. I know there's even better numbers out there. I know someone told me that it's over 11.5. So you can definitely get better numbers on it out there. Yeah.
That was me.
So, there's numbers out there.
I don't know if it's still up with FanDuel. 115. FanDuel was
and I'll tweet these out
at minus 20 on FanDuel, but I didn't pick anything yet. But that was on FanDuel. I don't know if it's still there, but that's where that number was. And if people really like, and if people agree with you about the Detroit Lions first half, and I think they can come out strong and rolling, then my opinion is go on DraftKings. There's a prop up on there that you can bet any money line full game either team, so you can get a bet. I know it's not as good as price as it was in the past. I know, but it's better than the first half price. Pick Detroit money line. They score 7 points. If they're up 7 at any point in the game, you win your money back right away. You win your money right away. So, like, if you think they can get off to a hot start and win 7, get a first score, something like that, who knows? That's a place for people to look.
Yeah, no, that's great, dude. That's a great option, honestly. Do you have any looks for tomorrow?
Honestly, I'm with you on the Monty situation. I think he's like, even before Gibbs came out, I think Kansas City, great as they are, I think and this is what makes them great. They're a bend don't break team, in my opinion. I think they're gonna let you do your thing a little bit. They let the guys run. Last year I saw a lot of times a lot of guys got over rushes versus them, but they wouldn't score touchdowns. They a lot of the 80, 100-yard games, but 0 touchdowns scored and stuff like that. And it's also like they a lot of field goals, a lot of that. So like I think Monte's gonna. I like a lot of his props. I'm not keen on his anytime touchdown as I was in the past. It's only at 110 and such, which is really not that high for someone. For something I'm not that confident on. I'm not confident. I'm already taking note of that one. So like I'm big on the receiving yards too. If I can get it at 11.5, even 12.5, that's cool. Hell, I can even do a prop for to 15 or 20. If you want plus money, you can do that too. I'll be thinking there. Right now, there was a couple sites I should have grabbed a couple days ago, 49.5, but his rushing yards right now for Monty is at about 52.5 on FanDuel, maybe the same on
That's a good look.
So
Yeah.
I wish I grabbed it at 47.5 the other night.
Yeah. Well, the news with Gibbs, and it's just going to keep going. But the Chris Jones news.
That's why I'm grabbing that all as soon as we get off here. I'll be tweeting out either tonight, tomorrow morning, some point tomorrow. I got to work too, so we got live. So
I'll be better with my Twitter and stuff. I'm trying to see what the actual line is right now on first half money line because
it was like 154 last I checked on one of the sites, FanDuel, I think. I'm gonna go to Betstamp because that just shows every single one at once. I love Betstamp because for that one reason. Everything else, I don't care about it. But like, I like being able to see and check what each site is before I go on that site because I don't want to link onto this stuff.
I don't have any options.
So like, full game right now, I got Detroit 194 on FanDuel. It's
okay. What's first half?
First half on FanDuel is 152. Caesar's 158.
Okay, I'll give out 150. I don't want to give out stale lines. That's brutal. So yeah, for show purposes, 150.
Well, 158 is higher.
150 is fine.
But
150.
I mean, you
I would still roll it at that number.
Did you tweet it out, or is it something you just bet?
Huh?
Did you tweet that?
I bet it before the Kelsey injury, but I would still do it after the Kelsey injury because I bet it before the Kelsey injury. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just bet it before he got hurt. I would have bet it after.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, our bets are the bet's the bet, so we tweet things out. I mean,
well, it's still not. It's not great to give out lines when you have a better number and it puts people at a worse number.
Well, you did. Oh, because you didn't post it. That's why. Gotcha.
I never post stuff. I will start for the show. Yeah, well, I do like our little bet stuff, but that's why I said like I took that bet before the show, so it moved after the injury. Or I would have gave it out at the other number. He just happened to tear his knee up or hyperextend his knee. That's right.
That makes total sense.
Yeah,
I think. But yeah, if I tweet something out, I'm not gonna like say, oh, and he went down, he got hurt, the number went down. So obviously, I think it's a good idea. Like if you say like I would still bet this number, of course I'm gonna do that in the future. But like certain things, yeah, like that. I mean, if I bet something, I bet something. I bet something. You know, I'm excited to see. I'm excited. You are?
I'm excited to see how our lineup does, though. I wrote it down. I'll be sitting here mathing the pieces together, and I think next week it'll go smoother, and we'll figure out a system, and we'll get this going.
We'll get this moving. It is what it is. I'll be tweeting out things Sunday. We'll be active. We'll be letting you guys know what's up with our Twitter and stuff. Sunday's gonna be a big day, so stay tuned.
Everyone, thank you for joining. We appreciate you guys. I see you guys in the chat, and I see you guys joining and watching. We appreciate the support. We're both new to this, and it'll get better with time. We're like wine. We're just get a little finer with it. Get a little finer with age and time. But thank you everyone, and throughout the football season, let's grow together. And you got any questions, hit me on Twitter at Damon Santor. I'm more than happy to talk ball. Any questions, my opinions might not be the best, but I'll give them. I'll give them. And appreciate you guys. Jared, thank you for coming out. Thank you for putting the show with me and running it along.
No, I had a fucking blast, man. I had a blast. I love doing this. I can do this every week.
Till next time, brother.
All right, I'll see you 8:30 next week.
Yes, sir.